All right, so we're going to talk about systems for a successful business. And if the word systems overwhelms you, I hope that I can change that tonight and make you realize how important systems actually are to your business. So I am going to start with showing you guys the 3 legs of success. If any of you have never seen it before, it is honestly the system to run your business off of. It's going to make your life so easy, and it's going to lay out exactly what you need to be doing every single day for your business. Because a lot of consultants come to me if we're doing coaching calls, or if they're just a newer consultant and they're like, okay, I want to build a business, I want to do big things, I want to make money, but what do I need to be doing every single day to make money? Like, what are the income producing things that I need to be doing, and what are the things that are just a waste of my time that I don't need to be focusing on? So I'm going to share that with y'all first. Something to remember about systems: you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So if you have no systems in place, your business is eventually going to plateau and it will crumble. And I speak from experience on that. From my first 2 or 3 years, probably 2 years, I didn't even have a customer follow-up system. We didn't have Amy, the awesome app for follow-up. We had a follow-up binder that a lot of consultants used. And you literally put order forms in it, you filed them. What? Like, you can do that as a newer consultant, yes, because I started it as a director when I didn't have a huge customer base yet. But now there is absolutely no way. And even a year or 2 ago, I could have kept up with something like that. So the fact that Amy came along has been a game changer. And really, that is the system that you all should be using. At least try it and see if it works for you. Some people it won't work for, and some people it won't, like, every aspect of it won't work. But for the most part, I can't keep up with my customers any other way. Like, Amy is it for me. And especially if you're working another job or you're on the go a lot. I do this full time and I can't even keep up with my customers without that system. So yeah, it's amazing. So if you don't have it, get it. Amy, Sell with Amy. I'm going to type it in here so that you can download it. It is, how much is it? Somebody put it in the chat box if you know. I think it's $7.99 a month. I don't even know. There's a free version, but you don't want the free version because it doesn't link with your workstation, and the paid version is 1000% worth it because the return on investment you're going to get from that is insane. $77 a year or $7.99 a month. I think you're right. I think it is $79.99 a month. I think it's $7.99 a month. So worth it, y'all. So worth it. It literally tells you every single thing you need to do, and when you need to follow up with a customer, and when you need to follow up with a potential recruit, and who your Scentsy Club prospects are, and who you've sent samples to if you want to use it to track that. Like, it's amazing. So, and one thing I really love it for is if, like, today I had someone I was texting my locals, and that's something else I like it for. I shared on our team page today how I use Amy to mark my local customers as local. And then if I know I have a local order going in, I will be able to quickly text all of my local customers in that app with a message template and say, hey, I have an order going in today. Is there anything you need? And I ended up like 150 PRV today from that. So, but I had someone who wanted to buy 1 bar out of my stock, and you can put them in your workstation and put, add whatever bar. But to me, the easiest thing to do is to put her in Amy, just add her in the app, and put this bar under her name. And that way I know what she bought from my stock. And then you can look back on her order and say, okay, her order may not be in my workstation, but my app knows when I do my follow-up that she got whatever the scent is around the campfire, and I can ask her how she's liking it. Yeah, so you can change the timeline of the follow-ups if the default doesn't work for you. Michelle said everything's customizable, so you can literally make it work for you and your life and your schedule, which is great. And when shipping times are a little slower, you can push it out. So it'll know around when they should be getting their order and when you should be following up with them. And then when shipping times are on it, like they are right now, you can make it different. You may be using the free version. Yeah, get the paid version. I'm telling you, just get it. It's so worth it. You're going to be making way more than $8 from your follow-up in a month. So, all right. That's just one of the foundational business or foundational systems I wanted to talk to y'all about if you don't have it or don't have the paid version. So hopefully that helps. And it's seriously the best. Systems create structure for your business. And it is time consuming at first to put all of your systems in place, and it may seem overwhelming, but I promise you, if you can just take a full day or two or a full weekend or 2 full nights and stay up until midnight, whatever you have to do, and get these systems into place, it's like just a fresh new start for your business. And it's going to be, there's not going to be any chaos in your business. It's just going to be, it's going to be structured. You're going to know what needs to be done and when. When you sit down to work, you're going to know exactly what you need to do. You're not going to be like staring at your planner or staring at your phone or staring at your computer and like, well, what do I do now? And then you've wasted 10 minutes of your valuable time and you could have been following up with customers. So, spend that time up front to invest in the systems and processes, and it will make long-term growth sustainable. And a good system shortens the road to the goal. I loved that because it really does. If I would have had good systems in place in my business, I fast-tracked pretty quickly. There's people who fast-track way faster. But when I joined, I was telling a team member this when we were doing a coaching call. When I joined, we had nothing. Like, we didn't have team calls, we didn't have trainings, we didn't have anything to, like with Scentsy, we didn't have new consultant checklists, we didn't have training videos, definitely didn't have training videos that were like a series like I have for new team members. We had a new consultant guide. We were told to read that and that was it. So I am self-taught and literally looked up everything on YouTube, utilized my upline when I could. So you guys have every resource you could ever imagine at your fingertips. And so I fast-tracked pretty quickly. I promoted to director within a year, star director within 2, and superstar director within 3. And there are people who, like I said, have grown their businesses way faster. And if I would have had systems in place the first 3 years of my business, good systems in place the first 3 years of my business, I could have grown so much faster, I'm sure. But that is why I want you all to start out right and do this right. Because I promise you, you may think if you don't have systems in place for your business right now, you may think it's going to work for you for a while, but I promise you it won't. It may work for you right now, but it's not going to work. It's not going to sustain long term. I was just talking with Alexa today. Hopefully my echo doesn't hear me say that. I was just talking with her today, and she was saying how she writes down her potential recruits and her, like, I think she said people she talks to about hosting so that she can follow up with them. And she has a little notebook that she writes it all down in. And that's a system, and that works. You know, you got to find a system that works for you. If you don't have a printer, but you want to do paper systems, write them down. You know, there's always a way. There's always a way. So we're going to go over some different systems, and I'm going to show y'all the 3 legs of success first for those of you who haven't seen it, and I'll show you where you can find it to download it and print it off and keep it in front of you all the time. Keep it in your planner or whatever you want to do with it. Is this it? Oh, man. Come on now. Hold on. I have to. have to go to. Give me just a minute because this is a new computer, so I'm still like trying to set up everything on it, and apparently I haven't set it up to where it will let me have access to share the screen. So give me just a minute. I have to figure this out. System preferences, security and privacy. Are you serious? Hopefully this will let me do it. It's saying I have to quit Zoom and get back on here. So please tell me that's not the case, because then everybody's going to have to get off and hop back on. So hold on. Hopefully that is not the case. Let's see here. Yay! All right, so can y'all see the 3 legs of success? Little stool. All righty, awesome. So this was created by superstar directors Justin and Chloe Cox. They are some of the most amazing, successful people in this company that I know. And they just come up with some of the best things, and they simplify things very well. They're a really good team as far as like the things he has experience in, and her knowing the Scentsy thing. And so they just do a really good job with these things, and everything they've ever created are tried and true by them, by me, by tons of other leaders in their organization, and they work. And I'm all about anything that simplifies and makes life easier. And I'm sure all of you are too. So this is something that you can find in our group Google Drive, which I will show you how to access and all of that. Hold on, I got 20 things popping up here. Okay, can y'all still see that? Okay, all right, so the top seat of the stool is self-care. And this one is so much more important than some of you may realize. I don't think I really realized it until I became a mom and realized how important my mental health was, because I kind of lost myself after having a baby, and you kind of you tend to lose yourself as a couple also if you don't focus on each other. And so it kind of goes hand in hand, but self-care is so important if you want to be able to run a successful business. It's important if you want to be your best self and the best parent or mom or dad or spouse or girlfriend, whatever, daughter, dog mom. Like, it doesn't matter. If you want to be your best self, you got to take care of yourself. So some things to keep in mind for self-care. This is why this is so great to just print off and literally use this to plan out your weeks and your month. It's literally a guide that tells you everything you need to be focusing on. So under the stool, or under the seat of the stool, under self-care, they've got self-care is giving the world the best you instead of what's left of you. And that is so good. I love that quote. First thing is set your business hours and your boundaries. So I was talking with someone about this today. I was kind of coaching her a little bit. And I was telling her how important it is to basically not let your team members suck you dry. And same with your customers. You know, you don't have to be up answering customers' questions and taking orders at midnight. You don't. They will be okay to wait until 8 o'clock the next morning. I promise you they're not going to die. So set your business hours and boundaries. Figure out what your hours are. They may not be normal hours. You might work night shift. You might work crazy hours. You know, you just got to figure out, where can I set aside intentional time for my family or whatever you value for yourself, to work out, to read your Bible, to do your devotional, to pray, like whatever it is that gets your mind right for the day, to go for a walk, whatever it is. You've got to set time aside for yourself and then set boundaries for your business, because you don't want to, but you want to work your business around your life. You never want to find yourself working your life around your business. So set your business hours and boundaries. Exercise properly. Drink your dang water. Okay? I promise you. I used to be the worst water drinker, and now it's all I drink. Like, my Yeti cup is always in my hand. It seriously makes you feel so much better. Just drink your water. Just drink your water. Take care of yourself. Appropriate amount of sleep. I'm not even going to act like I get the appropriate amount of sleep, because I don't. But feed your brain with podcasts, books, training, whatever you can do to get your personal development in, because you need to always be growing and evolving as a person and growing and evolving as a business owner. So yes, you need to be doing trainings regularly to learn something new in your business, like at least once a week. But you also need to be feeding your soul and developing as a person and just becoming a better person. So, or becoming the best you is what I mean. What else is that? Podcasts. So some of the podcasts I love, I think my favorite, yeah, definitely. My favorite is Trent Shelton's podcast. He also has a text subscription that you can subscribe to. He's actually an ex-NFL football player, but he's a speaker now. And so he was one of those people that quit like his American dream to pursue his actual dream, which was not the popular opinion, which is what a lot of us do as Scentsy consultants. We quit our jobs. Like, I quit my job as a dental hygienist to do Scentsy full time, even when people thought it was a joke. And now they're like, this isn't a joke.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, somebody unmuted. Okay. Whoop, where did it go? There we go. So Trent Shelton, his podcast is amazing. Bob Heilig has a good one. Let me see. I think this is how his name is spelled. His is mainly a leadership podcast. And then Craig Rochelle is, oh, his is so good. Crap. You might know how to spell Craig Rochelle's name. I don't have my phone here to look at the podcast, but you can find him. So anyway, those are three of my favorite podcasts. Books, there's some really good books out there. There's How to Be a Network Marketing Superstar, How to Be a Direct Sales Superstar, How to Be a Recruiting Superstar, all by Mary Christensen. There's Rock Your Network Marketing Business by Sarah Robbins. There's I'm a Bad AWS. I don't know whose kids are listening, but there's a series for that that's like what are they? I'm a Bad A at Making Money, I think, is one of them that I read before. They're really good ones. Craig Rochelle, yes, thank you, Alexa. He's so good. He's so good in so many ways. Training. So showing up to these team calls, showing up to leadership chats if you're a leader, showing up to Scentsy events, World Tour, Scentsy Family Reunion, doing some kind of training every week. There's training calls with Scentsy. There's live Facebook Lives that they get on and do. There's boo-koodles of training out there. There's YouTube channels that are really good. My favorite YouTube channels are OG Boss Babes. I'm typing them in the chat box. Jennifer Anderson. Jennifer Anderson she's got really good stuff, especially like basic things. I'm trying to think of who has like updated things. Those two are my favorites though. Spend quality time with your family. Like I said, the people who mean the most to you, but also know that there is going to be sacrifice involved with building a successful business. There will be. There just is. Especially when you're trying to work another job and build your business at the same time. So there's going to be sacrifice, but you've got to put that time aside for your family, because like I was telling the girl earlier that I was coaching a little bit, I was like, it's going to end up causing problems. It did in the past for us. Like, we know how it is. And we're both business owners, and it's hard. It's so hard, especially when you work from home, to just turn work off. It's hard. It's like something you have to train yourself to do. And you have to train yourself to not look at the notifications in your Facebook Messenger because they need to wait until tomorrow. So you have to just fight the urge. And I promise it gets easier, and it will be so worth it when your mental health is better. And your relationships are healthy and everything. So I know Scentsy's fun. It's awesome. It's so much fun. And I have way too much fun making Instagram reels, dancing in my office with bricks. If any of you saw that today, it's fun, but you have to learn to turn it off. Like, you can't let it take over your life, because it will. And have an area, a workspace, so that your boxes and your orders and stuff aren't taking over the entire house and driving everybody crazy. Even if it's a little corner. I've had houses where I just had a little corner to work, a little tiny desk. I had to make it work. Just do what you can so that it doesn't look like Scentsy threw up all over your house. And then, what's the next one? Recharge by doing something that brings you joy. For me, as a full-time business owner, Scentsy consultant, leader, all the things, my business hours are 9 to 4. And outside of that window, my phone is down. And if it's not down and I'm doing something on it, I'm not looking at anything work-related whatsoever, because I switched my brain. I turned off my switch from business owner mode to mom mode and wife mode, and house cleaning, taking care of all the laundry and all that crap mode. So that, and the weekends, like, the weekends are my time to relax and recharge. It used to not be that way, and that's okay if it's not for you right now, because you're building a business. You got to have some sacrifice somewhere. You got to make some sacrifices somewhere, but also keep in mind that every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to yourself. So make sure that it is something that is worth your while, that you actually need to be doing, that's going to make you money, that is important, that's actually going to benefit you. I hate laundry too. Good God. I just want somebody to do my laundry for me. Practice gratitude, kindness, and speak positive affirmations. Positive affirmations are so much more important than people realize until they start doing them. And then they realize it. So I'll never forget, I don't know if Kelsey Todd is on here, but when she was first working toward her director promotion, she was a superstar consultant, I think, when I sent her this. I knew how bad she wanted director. And so I sent her a sticky note, and it said, I am a director. And I told her, stick it on your bathroom mirror, your desk, your forehead, whatever you need to do with it, and read it every single day and say it every single day. And she promoted to director like the next month. And so I've started doing that for all of my leaders, because I want my leaders to have that right in front of them, reading that every single day, saying, I am this. If you're constantly filling your head with negativity, you're going to get negativity in return. You've got to think positive thoughts. And I say this from, I used to be a person that was negative Nancy, and you may not think that, because I've come a long way. I'm not the person I was when I joined Scentsy over 6 years ago, but it's practice, and it's like training your brain and learning to think intentionally and learning to switch your thoughts, because you are in control of your thoughts. So if you have a negative thought, you have the power to say, no, I'm going to switch that around and say something else. So if you're one of those people that's always like, I suck at recruiting, switch that to, or if you're saying like, I haven't recruited anyone, switch that to, I haven't recruited anyone yet. And Heidi, one of our co-CEOs, said that in a speech at, I think, Scentsy Family Reunion a few years ago, and it has stuck with me so well. Just add yet to the end of your sentence, and it seriously can change your entire mindset. And mindset is everything. So the things that you think you suck at, start saying you're good at them. And eventually you're going to get good at them. Whatever you're feeding your mind is what's going to happen. So if you're saying you can, then you can. If you're saying you can't, then you can't. Okay, so the first leg of the stool is sales and PRV. And that's the main thing we're going to talk about tonight. Sales and PRV. So here are the things that you can do to get sales PRV. Bag parties, home parties, which home parties are few and far between right now, obviously, which is why you need to be on social media. And has a whole nother training. Events, again, few and far between, but there are a lot of virtual events going on right now, like holiday shopping things. So look on your Facebook events, ask your friends, post on social media, ask if anybody knows of any kind of vendor events or anything like that that you can promote your business at. Get in there with some holiday bundles because everybody likes that convenience of those holiday bundles that are already made up. Even if it's a freaking hand soap thrown in a bag and tied up, it's bagged, it's ready to go. They don't have to wrap it. So holiday bundles are so good. And if the item that, so like if you're doing like a mug bundle and the mug is $1, it's usually fine because you can post anything that doesn't have extras that are valued more than 10% of the cost of the product. So if it's a mug and then like a room spray, scent circle, and bar in there, then you're fine. So the mug or the extra whatever that is in there just cannot exceed 10% of the total product cost. So just an FYI on that for compliance. You just signed up for 3 events. That is awesome. We have somebody unmuted and I can't figure out how to get them muted because I'm sharing my screen. Just make sure you're muted because I apparently cannot find, there we go, found it. Okay, so sales, back to sales of PRV. Customer follow-up, so important. Like I was saying with Amy, that is the easiest way that I have found to make sure that you are regularly following up with your customers. The first follow-up needs to be a check-in, asking them how they like their product, making sure they got everything okay, making sure their bulbs are good and they work and they're not broken, making sure they're happy with their warmer, and asking them to share a photo of their order on social media and tag you in it. And let them know, this is what I tell all of my customers, they know if they post a picture of their order on their page or in their stories or do a video, whatever, and tag me in it, if I get a new customer from that post through them, they're going to get a prize from me. And I literally just send a scent circle. Like I just send a scent circle. I write on the back right here on this white part. That's why I love scent circles. That and you can send them with a 1 ounce stamp. I just write on there, thank you for the referral, or thank you for helping me grow my business. Enjoy this scent circle in your car. And guess what happens when you send a scent circle as a gift to somebody? They think of you every single day when they get in their car because that's hanging from their mirror. So love scent circles for so many reasons. Customer follow-up. Oh, so the first one needs to be that you need to be checking in, seeing how they like everything. And again, like I said, if y'all have questions as we go, just put them in the chat and I'll try and keep an eye on it. And then the next follow-up, Amy will tell you, hey, it's time to follow up with this person. And you need to have a designated day or 2 days of the week that you're following up with your customers. Because if you're like me, I'll be honest, I hate customer follow-up. It's like the one thing that I hate it. I don't know why. I just don't like it. Like I love talking to my customers, make sure they're happy with their orders, but I hate the task. Like I just hate the task. Don't know why. Just don't like it. So if I don't have a designated day of the week, which is typically Friday for me because I like to follow up on Fridays because people normally get paid around Friday. So they're typically ordering on Friday or over the weekend, or they'll have a chance to look at it over the weekend. But I follow up on Friday. So follow up Friday. That's easy for me to remember. I have it on my monthly schedule. I know to put that on every Friday when I'm planning my week. And it keeps me accountable that I have to do it. So then I'll open my Amy app and I'll do it. And if you have to, if there's something in your business that you hate doing, like reward yourself. Say, okay, if I get this follow-up done, if I get my Amy to 0 today, then I get to have a piece of Halloween candy. I don't know. something. Treat yourself for doing the things that you hate. And just the things that aren't very exciting, you know, like every aspect of your business isn't super exciting. And then specials, LTOs, whiff boxes, Scentsy Club, all of that. Scentsy Club's so important, y'all. We've done really good trainings on that. So if you've missed any of those, they are in the Google Drive for team calls, which again, I'll show you how to access. But I also put Kevin's training that he did with me, as well as I did another one with y'all a while back. They're both on my YouTube channel. But and there's plenty of resources on Scentsy Club in the workstation as well. But Scentsy Club is a game changer, y'all. Like the sky's the limit with Scentsy Club, and you can get people just locked in as loyal customers, and you know going into the month that you have 200, 500, 1,000 PRV without even doing any work. And so that frees you up to network and grow your contact list and do parties and do whatever you need to do to grow your business and recruit. Scentsy Club, you just go to your PWS under the Scentsy Club section and set it up just like a customer would. And there's trainings on that in the workstation in the training center. There's lots of good resources on Scentsy Club. So those are the things under PRV that you need to be planning. So when I look at my planner, y'all don't even want to see my planner. It's a freaking hot mess. Like, look at all the different colors and but I have to color code things. Like I color code releases. So I'll go through and I'll plan my week and I'll say, okay, here's what I have going on in my personal life, first of all. So I know that Wednesday is Veterans Day. Carson has no school. I know I have a dermatologist appointment Tuesday at 3. I know that I have this team call tonight at 8:30. I know that there's, well, that's not personal, but whatever. If I have parties, I'll write that down. And then, you know, just write down all the things. Do a brain dump at the beginning of every week on Sunday night or whenever works for you. For me, it's Sunday, sometimes Monday morning. And I will just brain dump and go through and say, okay, here's when I have appointments. Here's when I have this and this and this. And then I will start scheduling. And then I have like a superstar director call every Wednesday at 1. And so I have all that written down. Then I have written down in a different color when I have coaching calls with people. And then I'll write down, I'll look and see what LTOs are releasing that week. I'll write down what time, what day. And then from there, I will take from my master checklist, I'll say, okay, here's what needs to get done this week. What parties do I have going on? What bag parties do I need to get sent out? Do I have bag parties made up and ready to go? What pre-orders do I have that I need to enter? Who do I need to talk to about Scentsy Club this week? Or who is on my list for potential Scentsy Club subscriber that I need to remind to sign up? Like stuff like that. Any orders I know that I need to enter. So people I need to follow up with that said they wanted to order, but they haven't ordered yet. On payday, I know that I need to do inventory. I need to order my business supplies for the month, that kind of thing. I know on the Friday before team call that I need to prep my content for that call. So planning ahead just is so important. Like I look at so like today when I prepped for my team mail, because I'm sending that, I was supposed to send that with my assistant today, but I'm sending it with her tomorrow. But when I prepped all of my team mail and like my sample labels and everything, I revolved that around the LTOs that are currently going on. So I want to make sure that I'm getting all those LTOs in my customers' hands when I'm sending out thank you mail this week. So I'm having her make samples of marshmallow mint cocoa. Holy crap, it's so good. And then I printed off the flyers that I posted in our team page today that y'all have access to, that you can put your own QR code on. You also have the access to the sample labels if you want to use them. But I made sure that I printed that off. The new bundles that came out today, I went ahead and put the bricks in there too. I put some rub and smell stickers on there for what I had. And just any way that you can get scents under noses for your customers. Just keep all the new things in front of them. Text alerts. Text alerts are so good. I use Visly. Visly is a scheduler for like Facebook parties and stuff like that too. And they also have email campaigns and they're awesome. So I use them for text campaigns. And what I love about the text campaigns is people have to, Visly, here, I'll type it in here, Vizzle. People have to subscribe to your text alerts, but you also can post it or send it to somebody and say, hey, text this to this number, and it will subscribe them to it. So Visly uses a different number than your personal number, and they can't respond to it. So it's just an automated text alert. It is totally different than your personal one-on-one customer follow-ups, and like you're building relationships with your customers, and you need to be making sure you're doing that too, getting to know your customers, commenting on their posts on social media, friend all of your customers on social media. Every party guest at an online party, friend them, get them on social media with you, connected with you, so that you can get to know them, they can get to know you. And be someone that they want to follow. Don't be that negative Nancy posting all the negative things about all the COVID and the election crap, and just don't be that person, because people don't want to follow that. Be the person that's just a light and positivity and ray of sunshine that people want to see and don't want to unfollow. Like they want to put you at the top of their follow list. And be that person that adds value to people's lives and shows up on social media every day, and also shows people that you take your business seriously. So anyway, I got totally off subject and don't even know where I was going with that. So there's that. Utilize, this is just a tip too, utilize Scentsy Club for whiff boxes. If you have anybody give you a whiff box order, try and get them on, okay, let me go back. Text alerts. Sorry, I got sidetracked and then I was like, what was I even talking about? Text campaigns through Visly is what I use. It's not free, just FYI. There's an app also called Hit 'em Up. I think it's only on Apple. It may be on Android now. I'm not sure. I used to use that. It's not free either, but I loved it. And my customers who want to be reminded of specials and all the things, and like my VIPs and everything, they love it. And a lot of people love getting texts. Like I love getting texts from my favorite places that I shop when they have a sale or a coupon code or whatever, something new releasing. I want to know about it. And I would rather get a text a lot of times than I would an email. So then I have my email campaigns set up also. And I use MailChimp, which I love, and it's actually free. So you can have like up to 2,000 contacts, I think, in there. And you can also share a link that tells people, hey, you can subscribe to my emails, which I love. And I use that every time. So I use my text campaigns and my email list every single time there's an LTO, a new release. So it's a lot this time of year. I'm sending a lot of emails and texts, but I'm not having to do them individually. It sends all of them out in bulk for me at one time. And trust me, as your business grows, you're going to need something like that. So, and remember, social media is not guaranteed to stick around. It may not be around forever. So you need your people in some kind of other list and way to contact them. Okay. So that tells you, okay, what can I do to get PRV this week, this month? How can I use the current LTOs? What can I send out to my customers? What rub and smells do I have? What samples can I get? I was about to say, what samples can I print off? My brain is apparently done for the day. What samples can I make from this brick that I just got? And for LTO bricks and bars, any type of LTO scent, LTO means limited time offer. For any scent like that, I always put on the label, here is the last day to add this to Scentsy Club, because they have 30 days from the release of a scent to add it to their Scentsy Club. If it's a brick, they can get it in Scentsy bar form, but only through Scentsy Club. So if you have somebody come to you and say, man, I want Crimson Berry Christmas, but I wish it just came in bars, then you can say, okay, you need to sign up for Scentsy Club and you can get it in a bar. But if it sells out before 30 days, they still have that full 30 days to add that to their Scentsy Club. So I love that because it gives me time to order the scent, get it in, sample it, and mail it out, sample it out to my customers or put it in with my local orders. I love that they do that. Because what if a brick sells out in 2 days? And then you're like, well, I just bought that brick to market it, and now I can't even market it. So you can, because they give you 30 days. Okay. So those are the daily IPAs you need to be working on. You can look at, don't look at coaching yet, because that's not something you need to be looking at until you've mastered sales and sponsoring. So sales and sponsoring, you need to be focusing on those things every single day. Even if you only have 10 minutes to work, I don't care. That 10 minutes will count if you're doing the right things. So don't spend it making a flyer. Don't spend it making a pretty sample. Like, don't spend 2 hours making samples when you could spend 20 minutes on it. Just don't. It's not time well spent. Giving the samples out and getting them under noses is the income producing aspect of that. That is the income producing activity. Making the samples, they don't need to be all fancy. I was just telling a girl today, I think it was Alexa, I was just telling her today, if you see me with a fancy sample, it's because my assistant is making it. Like, I don't have time for that. I don't. And I mean, I could have time for it, but I'm spending my time wisely in other areas that's making me money. That is why I have an assistant now, so that I can spend my time in the aspects of my business that are important, like that only I can do, that are making me money in the moment, like my customer care and my coaching and my recruiting and training and that kind of stuff. So don't spend 2 hours on a sample trying to make it look all fancy, because it doesn't matter. All that matters is they can smell it. So that's all that matters. Take a crinkle cutter and cut your brick or your bar. It literally takes 2 minutes, if that, to cut up a bar with a crinkle cutter, and you get like 40 samples. I don't know, a lot. A crinkle cutter, if you don't know what that is, look it up on Amazon, or you can get it at, I think, like anywhere, really, like Walmart or Target or wherever. But I got mine from Amazon. But or a butter knife. You don't even need a crinkle cutter. Take a knife like I used to do when I was a newer consultant and chop them up. Stick it in a bag, and there you go. Crinkle cutters at least make it look a little cuter than a butter knife, but who cares? So they're just going to melt it in their warmer anyway. So, all right, let's go on this Google Drive real quick. Anybody have any questions? I'm going to show y'all how to get to the Google Drive from our team page, because a lot of people don't understand this system and how it works and how to access it and all that. So I'm about to show you. Let me get there. Which screen is it? It is this one. Okay, so right here I'm in the Google Drive, but I'm going to actually go to, can y'all see? Okay, yeah, y'all can, because it's outlined. I'm gonna go to, crap. I have messages. Hold on, let me stop sharing this for just a second. I just want to clear out my Facebook messages because I don't want y'all to be seeing all my business. I wonder, can I turn off pop-up messages? Yes. All right. Now we can share the screen. All right, so if you're on our team page, let me go to that. All right, so you're on our team page. You can access this from your phone or your computer. I'm drinking apple cider like it's not like 80 degrees. It's like straight up summer today. So you can access this from your phone, computer, wherever you're at. Click on announcements. It's up here in this section. It's also right here where you see my big old head with the training video. So you click announcements right here, click see all, and there's 5 announcements posted in here. This is at the top of our team page. If you're a leader, it is also at the top of our leadership page, but you already know that if you're a leader because we've already trained on this. But I have all the important need to know things up here. So I've got our team call schedule for the rest of the year. I've got this big old honking graphic that says group Google Drive. So that is where our group Google Drive is. Click on group Google Drive right here, this link, and it will take you directly to the Google Drive, and it's got all the things in here. So instead of me, also, let me see what else is in here. How to find information in your workstation. Tag your new team members in this when you recruit people. And Morgan's business hours, because Morgan wants to be left alone after 4 p.m. Just kidding. I love y'all. I really do. First and second of the month, please email me, because the first and second of the month is insane for my personal business. So you can imagine otherwise. The chain of command, whatever. Chain of command. Okay, so there's that. All the important things. So big old graphic that says group Google Drive. That's where the group Google Drive is. When you click on it, it takes you to the group Google Drive, and this is what it looks like. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller because I want to be able to see y'all's faces over there on the side too. So instead of me using the photo albums and the file section of our team page, I still use it some for certain things. So like on our team page, there's like the real life in-person photos album where anyone can go in there and upload pictures they've taken of their warmers or any product, so that you can have some in-person photos to use, because we all know that in-person photos are the best way to market product, but you may not have that item in person, so you may need to go borrow an image, not act like it's yours, but just borrow the image and use it and say, hey, this warmer is beautiful. And so yeah, I use the photo albums for that stuff, but this Google Drive it's a way for me to be able to put everything in one place for 3 different groups, or for my directors whose teams aren't on our page, whose teams are on their own page. I can share this link with anybody and they can access it. So instead of me having to go, okay, I need to share this to the team page, I need to share it to the leadership page, I need to share it to my director page, oh, I need to give it to my director so that they can share it to, like, no, it's not. This is the easiest way I could find for us to be able to easily, quickly share things. So, and I try to collect things from the team page. If any of you post like graphics or anything that you make that's a resource or a sticker template or whatever that can be used, I try to pull things from that and post in here. But if you ever need to share something like that, let me know, so that I can grant you access to this Google Drive and you can add things to it. No, you won't be kicked out when you turn a director. So here's our different folders. So we've got bag party resources. This is just different things that like I'm currently using in my bag parties. If anybody has anything to add, always let me know. This is a flyer that was created by one of our directors, and she added, so this was my flyer right here, and then she added the starter kit to the side, which I thought was really cool. So that's something you can put in there. This is the party packet that you can use. Like it's awesome. It's just a bunch of different categorized folders that you can click on for resources. So video trainings is where I have leadership chats and team calls recorded and put right in here. I love Google Drive because you can put any kind of file in here. You can drag a Word document, you can drag an Excel document, you can drag a video, a photo, it doesn't matter. You can drag everything right into here and it houses all of it. So there's that. There's leadership resources specifically for leaders. So if you're lead and above, these are all the things that you could need. There's all kind of stuff in here. Personal business printables. This is a huge one. This has, if you've never seen this before, you're probably like, holy crap, I've been missing out on all this stuff. This has templates that I've uploaded that I've made myself, or that I found other places, or that people have sent to me and gave to me to put in here. Lots of things. The join card that I use, and it has a place for your own photo and your own QR code. There's, the postcards that I created today. There's little sticker templates like this. Thanks for helping my business grow. Lots of things. Referral stickers, snap and share stickers. I actually redid this today with a different wording, and I posted that on our team page, but I've got to upload that label image, because you know what? I think I can, what did it, here. Bam. See how easy that is? I just drug that right into there, and y'all now have a new sticker template. So what I did was show them off on social. It's kind of like snap and share, but oops. But I was still finding that the way it was worded, people were posting pictures of their mail from me, which is where I put the snap and share sticker, which is great, but that's not what I wanted to post a picture of. It's great because people see, ooh, she gets glitter mail from her consultant. That's really cool. But I really want them to post a picture of their warmer that they got or whatever. So I tried to reword it a little bit and see if that changes anything. You can put these on any label. You can put them on a square label, a circular label, round label, not circular, round label, 1.5 inch, 2 inch, whatever, a 2x2 square label. It'll fit on whatever, pretty much. So basically this tells them, show it off on social if you love your Scentsy products, post a photo, video on social media, and tag me. If I get a new customer, you get a prize. That way, if I forget to tell them that, they can see it on their label, because everyone who orders from me gets thank you mail. Or if they're local, they get it in their bag. Let's see. Sample labels. I just started this folder, so I did put the marshmallow mint cocoa in there today. I might as well just do a training on this. If y'all are up for being on here for a little bit longer, I can go ahead and show you how to do that too if I get to it. But so that's how you navigate the Google Drive. Do y'all have questions? Systems folder. This is what we're talking about tonight. That's so important. Systems for your business. If you click on this, here's your PRV systems. Here's your leadership systems if you're a lead and above. And here's your other business system. So this is like random things that you can use, print off. The three legs of success is right here. So when you go to our Google Drive, click on systems for your business and then other business systems. And here's your 3 legs of success. Download it, print it off, plaster it to your forehead, live by it every single day. And then this is really cool. I love this buy, host, join checklist. So a goal without a plan is just a wish. Y'all hear me say that all the time because it's so true. And then the bottom, what's this little quote? Success is doing ordinary things extraordinarily well, which I think is super cute. So this is different names that you can write down. Have you had a buy conversation with them? Have you had a host? Have you had a join conversation with them? Except I don't recommend doing it in that order. Always follow the join, host, buy method. So basically backwards from what this says. You want to talk to people about joining first. You want to offer the opportunity first if they give you an order. And then if they say no, you can talk to them about hosting, because guess what? Then they might host a party and then you can be like, so do you want to get that host exclusive kit and join now? So love that checklist. You don't need to upload. You don't need to upgrade your thank you mail game. Like, I was just telling Alexa this today. I keep using her as an example because we talked about all the things today. But I was just telling her today, like, you don't need to do everything that everybody else is doing, and you definitely don't need to be doing everything I'm doing. So when I share something, you have to keep in mind, I've been doing this for 6 years. 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I was not doing the same things I'm doing now. I've always done it, but you have to do it in a way that works for your budget. So instead of going on Vistaprint and designing postcards, you need to be using Dollar Tree thank you cards and writing a handwritten note in there. And you can put a little, if you want to put a QR code for them to scan it to go to your website, just make up a QR code label on Avery.com, stick it on your postcards or stick it on your thank you cards. Print off your marketing materials, yes, on cardstock. Send them. Or print off things at like Walgreens or Amazon Photos. I love Amazon Photos to print off things like that. Y'all see me use that for your team mail because I have to print off, I have to do so much of it that it's very affordable for me to do Amazon prints or Amazon Photos, whatever they called it or call it. But like, y'all, even down to the dang sample bags, like, y'all don't need to be using these holographic envelopes just because I do. Like, it's just as good to use these, which is what I'm having my assistant put samples in, and it's cheaper to mail them. So don't feel like you have to be all fancy schmancy. Like, you got to think about what works for your business, because if you're not getting a return on investment on things that you're spending money on and you're spending more than you're making, then you got a big problem. Big problem. Because you shouldn't be. You should not be. Orville always says, spend Scentsy money on family, not family money on Scentsy. Scentsy is not one of those companies, businesses, whatever, that tells you you need to have $1,000 in stock or you need to spend all this money. No, you need to use host rewards and you need to work smart and like buy your warmer of the month kit and then sell your warmer of the month to a customer and then sample out your brick and then sell your bars. Like, that's pretty much making all your money back. So, you need to be spending as least amount as possible and just doing what makes sense for your business and spending money in the right areas, not on things that don't matter, not on the fluff. And also on that subject, I found a new way to make counter clean samples that is way more affordable than these spray bottles and way more affordable to mail. So basically you just take a bag, a Ziploc bag or one of those Mylar bags, whatever, and you get those like thin cleaning cloths. You can probably buy them from Amazon. I buy everything from Amazon. But you literally just fold the cloth up, like cut it in squares, little squares, fold it up, put it in the bag. It's flat. And then you just take the spray bottle and spray some counter clean in there on it and close it up. It's a lot like... Sorry, y'all. I get to talking and then I just want to talk about all the things. It's kind of like these dish soap samples where you use this thin makeup sponge and it makes it so much thinner to mail than these big old things that we used to use. So there's a lot of ways to save money on like sample making and shipping and things like that. Yes, write off everything. Everything you spend for your business is a write-off. And like I was telling Alexa today, it's a write-off if you buy a whiff box because you're using it as marketing. So get your whiff box with your Scentsy Club for $27. It's a double whammy because you have a whiff box to promote. You can unbox it live, show everybody your excitement, show them how awesome the value is, get them excited, get them wanting a whiff box. And you're promoting Scentsy Club because you're telling them, this is what I got in my Scentsy Club. I got a discount for it because I'm in Scentsy Club. Here's the other perks of Scentsy Club. And then your whiff box is automatically a marketing write-off because you marketed it. And then you can sample out those products. It gives you tons of different products you can sample out to your customers, or you can sell them, or you can use them for personal use and market them when you're using them as personal use. Show yourself spraying down your counters in your stories or whatever. So work smarter. But some other systems on here. Jill Summy, one of our boss star directors, shared this Scentsy weekly plan, which I love. And it would be good to have a monthly one too if you want to do something like this. But she writes down at the beginning of every week, she also plans her week on Sunday, and she writes down her PRV goals, any deliveries she needs to do. This kind of is like her brain dump, to where she dumps everything right here that needs to be done for the week. Any VIP special she wants to run, team goals, how many join conversations she's going to have or who she's going to have them with, follow-ups, customer mail, shipping, all the things. Love that. Use this stuff, y'all. Take it. It's here for you to take. You can edit it. Most of it's editable. A lot of these right here aren't, but I'll show you the ones that are. Take them and make them your own. And your systems are not going to look exactly like somebody like me or a director. But take them and make them your own and do what works for you. And your business, your systems will evolve with you as your business evolves and grows. Monthly goals. I love this. I use it still. I don't use it for the potential recruits and I use it for potential hosts, but potential recruits, I have a whole list of that, and it's a whole system. So I don't need it for that. But this, whoa, didn't mean to do that. This holds you can write the month at the top. You can put it right in your planner or whatever you want to do with it, and write down your goal PRV, how many parties you're going to have to reach that PRV, because you can't just say, oh, I'm going to hit 2,000 PRV this month. That's going to be my goal. And that's it. But you have no idea how you're going to get that PRV if you don't know how many parties you're going to do. So you got to think, how many parties do I need to do? How many subscribers to Scentsy Club do I need to get? I need to do my follow-ups, things like that. And then your goal new recruits, how many new recruits you want to get that month? Again, you need to be filling all these check boxes for join combos if you want to get 2 new recruits every month. And same for parties. This holds you accountable to say, okay, I've had this many host conversations. And that way, when you get on a coaching call with your upline and you say, I can't book any parties, you can look at this and say, oh, well, I had 4 host conversations last month. No wonder I didn't book any parties. So that keeps you on track. And then your goal active frontline. You always want to have 50% active frontline, or strive for that. So I love that system. I actually created that. This is my business supplies checklist. This is something that you can take and do your own thing with it. My business supply list is very large. It used to not be this long. Take it, make it your own. Even if you have 5 things you have to order every month, it will keep you on track. You can easily do your inventory, know what you have, don't have to worry about running out of things. I do this every month on payday. Do what works for you. And then monthly business budget. This is what I use to make sure. You want to say anything about systems? You want to say anything about systems?
What systems?
Just systems, like why they're important, versus writing things down on paper and sticky notes and crumbling it up and sticking it places. Okay. Husband's too tired. All right. So business budget. This is your proposed expenses. This is each month. And then this is your actual expenses. This ensures that you don't overspend and that you can keep yourself on track and say, okay, whoa, I spent all this money on my team last month, but I spent this tiny little amount on my customers. That's a problem. Your customers is the foundation of your business, and they're your future team members. So you really got to treat your customers great. And so you should always be spending more time on your customers and your personal business than your team members. And you should always be spending more money. It kind of goes hand in hand. So it holds you accountable to make sure you're not overspending, make sure you stay on track, make sure you're not spending more than you're making, and that kind of thing. And these you can print off. If you don't want to use them digitally, you can print them off. But if you want to use them digitally, what you do is you click on the system and you'll go up here and you'll click File and you'll click Make a Copy. And then you'll save it to your Google Drive or your computer. Please, please, please don't request access because I'll be getting all the emails. So just make a copy and make it your own. That's all those, I think. Yeah. Questions? Any questions? And if anybody wants to unmute, you're welcome to. If you're still here, bless your heart, because this has been a long call. And then PRV system. So here's all your systems that you need for your PRV, like your personal business wise. You've got your annual sales award tracker. If you're not tracking that, you need to be, because you get $1,000 cash bonus at the end of the year and an award. If y'all can see those pretty glass awards up there, the trophies and the certificates, you get those. You get $1,000 loaded to your pay portal. Right in the time of the year that most people need it. It's usually loaded like right in the middle of summer. So you can track that there. Scentsy's year is May through April. So that's their fiscal year. Annual Mentor Award is another one. That's under the leadership systems. Then you got a VIP customer log. So if you go in here, click make copy, you can make your own. It will carry over to Google Drive. This does not carry over to Excel. It will, but these right here, you won't be able to click those. It'll just say like true or false. The formulas don't carry over from Google Drive to Excel. So if you want it to be very efficient, then save it to your Google Drive, create your own, and then that way you can have these check boxes and stuff like that. So as you can see up here, this is my window that I keep open with all of my systems that I use on a daily basis so that I can quickly access them. So for example, tonight I'm closing a party and I'm gifting a kit to somebody who's on this dream team list right here. So I can literally click on that dream team list, mark her off, and then put her name right over here on my new consultant. Where is my new consultant thing? I must accidentally exit it out. But normally that's pulled up, my new consultant checklist, and I can just pull that up, put her name in there, bam. All this stuff can be printed off if you want to use paper systems, but I'm telling you, eventually it's not going to work anymore. But paper systems are fine as long as you can maintain them and you're not spending unnecessary tons of time doing that. Summer scent cards. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Does anybody know? Or can you explain a little more? Customer mail out checklist. This is something that you can, so this is something I use for my assistant, but if you're building your customer mail, this tells you, okay, they spent less than $50. Here's what they get. They spent less than 100. Here's what they get. I need to redo this because the formulas are messed up. But anyway, so there's that. That tells you everything that needs to go in your customer mail when you're doing it so that you don't leave anything out and you make sure everybody gets the same thing. Dream Team Tracker. This is for your potential recruits. So this has their name, if they're new or a VIP or a host, what their preferred communication is, text, Instagram, Facebook. If you've sent them info, you can check that box. Date of your last combo. So what I hated about a paper system for potential recruits is I follow up with my potential recruits every month. And if they tell me to follow, if they tell me they're going to join on payday, I say, okay, when's payday? And I follow up with them on payday. So I would have to be going in there and whiting out constantly and rewriting over it. And for one, I can't stand that because I like everything to look neat. And for two, it's extra work that's not necessary. So this, you can just say, okay, I talked to them on November 12th. And then when you talk to them on December 10th, you can go in there and say, okay, I talked to them on December 10th. And then you can, well, I typed that in wrong, but you get what I mean. And then I have scale of 1 to 5. Oh, sorry, I skipped some. So if you've offered free and half off to them, so if you've basically offered having a party and earning their kit and shared your story with them and like talked to them about how it can bless them. And then if you have coached them on the like host exclusive kit and all that stuff. Scale of 1 to 5 is how interested they are. So if they're a 4 or a 5, they're going to be the people that I am reaching out to when I have a personal host reward kit to give away, which is what I did today. And I have one joining tonight. She's really excited. So notes section, this is where you can put when you talked to them last, if there's something you need to remember for next time, if they told you they were going to join in December after they have their baby or whatever, you can put those notes in there. Also, this is a great section to put their why. So find out why they want to join Scentsy so that you can bring that up every time you talk to them, and encourage them to get going so that they can get to that goal quicker, because nothing changes if nothing changes. And if they want to put their kid in private school but they can't afford it and they wait a year to join Scentsy, well, they could have put them in private school a year ago because they could have started making money a year ago. So bring it up every time you talk to them why they want to join. Put that in the notes, because I'm telling you, my dream team list is pretty long and there's no way that I can remember all those things about all those people. Okay. VIP customer log. Did I not already pull that up? Yes, I did. I didn't really go over it. It's just names and addresses. And if they, if you've talked to them about joining, and if you have sent them Scentsy Club info, or if they're a Scentsy Club subscriber, you can mark that however you want to use that. Sorry, excuse me. And then I love this one. Bag and text party tracker. I created this one because I needed this, because I always have personal shopping links, bag parties, text parties, all that. So I have my host name, I have the party type they have going on. I'll put if they're local or not. So say I have Sally Scentsy and she's doing a bag party and she's not local, so I'll know that she needs to ship that back to me. So I'll put the date that I sent it, or the date that it started, whatever you need for that certain situation. And then the closing date, we have talked about that we're going to close it on the 20th, and she is to send me that back on that day. And so then when she has returned it, I will mark that. And then when we've closed it, I'll mark that. If there's any notes, so I'll put like, got, what will I put on that? I don't know. My brain's about to turn off, so y'all are getting the last of it. And then back order tracker, if you want to use that. Scentsy Club tracker, mail out tracker, pre-order tracker. I use this obviously all the time because we have LTOs right now. So this tells you who's pre-ordering, what they're pre-ordering, if they've paid, all that. Customer mail out tracker shows you who you have sent a thank you to, who you have sent join info to. You can get their wait a minute. Okay, this is supposed to be, so you can put their potential commission in there so that you can bring that up to them when you talk to them about joining. Are they enrolled in Scentsy Club? There's just a lot you can do with this. You can make it your own. You can put their order type. You can put if you've sent them thank you mail. If you're sending a sprayer to your customers who are ordering Scentsy Fresh or Counter Clean right now, since there's no sprayer for it, you can put that on there. And another thing, let me tell y'all, because I know you're not here yet, but you will be if you're taking your business seriously and you really want to build it and you really want to like make it a business. You're eventually going to have an assistant, and these are systems that are foolproof that can carry over to anyone. So I can literally give my assistant this right here and she can fill it in and she knows what to do. So it's just, it makes your business seamless. And then we already did that one. I think we did them all. So no, Scentsy Club Tracker. So love this one. It has little tabs at the bottom for each month. So you know your Scentsy Club subscribers for each month. Now the new tab in the workstation, it is awesome. The new Scentsy Club tab under orders, it tracks your PRV for your Scentsy Club subscribers. It shows you their orders, stuff like that. It's awesome. And so this is a way that you can put your customer name, what their club total was, what their club PRV was. So this is really cool because it's a formula. So say their club total was 43.29. The PRV was 38. And I may have to redo this one too because it's not wanting to calculate. It has a formula to where, yeah, I'll redo this one. but it has a formula to where if you put in the PRV, it automatically calculates how much commission they would have made off of that. So you can tell them, hey, here's how much you missed out on. Or maybe after 3 months, if you have somebody that's spending $200 a month on Scentsy Club with you, you can say, hey, this is how much commission you've missed out on from your own purchase the last 3 months. Do you want to do this now? And then always get my bar. You need to know if your customers are taking advantage of that or not. Pretty much all of mine do. With box, you need to know if they got one or not, because if they didn't, you need to tell them about it. Did they get a brick? If it's no, you need to make sure they know about the bricks, because so many people don't know about the bricks. And then VIP mail if you've sent that kind of thing. So I need to make a note to redo this one because a formula got screwed up somehow. I will just re-upload it. Scentsy Club Tracker, and then what was the other one? The other one was what was the other one? I'll figure it out. If anybody remembers, let me know. All right, so I think that is everything. Let me make sure. Choose a system that works for you. Choose a system that you're going to do. Don't choose paper systems if you have a pretty large customer base already, because it's not going to last long and you're going to be overwhelmed. Certain things you'll still want on paper. Like for me, I still want my orders to enter. I still have that on paper because I like to write that down. My annual sales tracker is definitely a paper system, and my annual mentor tracker. And my numbers that I track every day is a paper tracker. And that's it. Everything else is digital. And the good thing about Google Drive is you can access that from your computer. It's a cloud. So anything I do to a sheet, if I update my Dream Team list on my computer, I can pull that up on my phone in my Google Drive app and it looks the same. So that's why I love using it for my assistant too, because she can fill in her hours that she worked. I can have a checklist for her in her Google Drive folder. She can pull it up on her end and say, okay, here's what she wants me to do. Let me check it off when I'm done, put how many hours it took me. And then I can go in there and say, okay, it took her this many hours. Here's what I need to pay her. Like, it's just awesome. Like, I love the fact that it's a cloud. So if I'm laying in bed on my phone and I have someone join, I can quickly go in there and mark them on the new consultant checklist, put in their join date, and it automatically calculates for me when their shooting star date is, when their sensational start date is. So if you have any team members at all, make sure you go to the leadership systems and go to the new consultant launch checklist so that you can fill in your team members and it will calculate their 15th day, their 70th day. You're not having to go in there and figure it all out or do a bunch of math. Like, it's easy for you. Do y'all have any questions? I hope that y'all got some good stuff tonight. For taxes, the best thing you can use is QuickBooks Self-Employed. As far as like tracking your expenses and your income and all that, it's so easy, and it tracks your mileage for your business too. So it does it all in one app. So it's got all your tax write-offs in there, and you can like set it to where things are auto-categorized. So every month when your PWS fee comes out or your Amy app fee comes out, like anything that's the same, or say you buy things from Vistaprint for your business and that's the only, what you know, when you're buying from Vistaprint, it's going to be a business expense. You can put all that in there and it will auto categorize it to where it needs to go to. So it will say, okay, this is a Vistaprint purchase. It needs to go under marketing and advertising. And you're not having to do all that work. And then at the end of the year, you can just take a spreadsheet to your tax person, or if you do your own taxes, and say, here's all my crap, put it in there for me. Drink your dang water. Quote of the night. Oh, hilarious. I hope you learned more than that. Oh, me. Y'all are funny. Well, I love y'all. Thank y'all for sticking on here. I'm proud of y'all for showing up for your business. Make sure you share this with your teams, your friends, your teamies, whoever, your mama, your dad, recruit them too. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm going to put this in the Google Drive. Again, when you go to the Magnificent Superstars Drive, it will be right here under video trainings. As soon as I get off here, and look, thumbnails hate me. I don't know why they hate me so much. But yeah, so yeah, that is it. And it will be right in there, and you can share it with whoever. You can just share the link to it, and you can go back and watch it later. You can take more notes if you need to. I know it was long, so, and I know some of you are on the East Coast and it's even later for y'all. So thank y'all so much for sticking it out. Let me stop the recording.